Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I'm Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Cerberus Legion Games in Richmond Hill, Georgia, where I'm about to fight a 2,000-point battle report between my Dark Angels and Chris's Tyranids, with the brand new CODEX in place here, playing with the brand new model, the Norn Emissary, coming out onto the field. Super excited to see them in place. So, the story that we've got going on here is that this Tyranid Hive fleet is rampaging through the galaxy and has come down to this planet to try to consume all of the biomass that is on this planet, and the Dark Angels have decided to take a stand and are going to put down their foot, their ceramited boot, and say no further will they come, and have sent out their hardest forces here to try to go keep them from continuing to spread through the galaxy. So that's the story that we've got going on here. The mission that we are going to be playing is going to be, we drew them with the Leviathan box set here. So we drew Search and Destroy as our deployment here. We also we drew priority targets. So it's basically second, third, and fourth turns. You score 5 points for each objective marker that you control, up to a maximum of 10 points per turn. And then on the fifth turn, you score 5 points for each objective you control, up to 15 points. And it's also worth noting that that you score these at the end of the battle. I'm sorry. So the end of the battle. So you have the second, third, fourth, and fifth rounds. You score up to 10 for each one that you control, and then at the end of the battle, whichever ones you control, you can score up to 15 for 5 points each there. So essentially, the whoever goes second will still have to score in the command phase on the fifth turn, like the first player, but they will have the added benefit of being able to, at their turn, jump onto other objectives to score for the end of the game. We've also drawn as the mission rule hidden supplies, essentially giving us a second center objective. So we just moved that out there, and now there's 2 in the center as opposed to just the 1. So that is going to be the story. That is also going to be the mission. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the 2 armies that are going to be fighting it out.
So for the Dark Angels, I'll be running a Gladius Strike Force. Leading it off here, we have a Phobos Librarian leading a 5-man Infiltrator Squad. We have a 3-man Inceptor Squad. We have an Apothecary Biologist leading a 6-man Aggressor Squad. We have a Terminator Captain leading a 10-man Deathwing Knight Squad. We have an Outrider Squad with 6 Outriders and an ATV, along with a Chaplain on bike. We have a Land Raider Redeemer. And last but not least, we have a Gladiator Lancer. So for the Tyranids, he'll be running a Crusher Stampede. This is going to start off with a 5-man Barbgaunt squad. We have a Hive Tyrant. We have 2 separate Biovore squads. We have 2 Exocrines. We have a Tyrannifex. We have a Maliceptor. We have a Neurotyrant. We have 2 squads of Zoanthropes, 1 3-man squad, 1 6-man squad. We have 2 squads of 3 Von Ryan's Leapers. We have a Horospex. And last but not least, we have a Norn Emissary.
All right, so those are the armies that are going to be facing it off here today. It's worth noting that here they're going to be holding the GT here at Cerberus Legion Games on October 21st and 22nd. They're going to be holding it here, a 2-day, 5-round GT. They're expecting a full GT, so it should be an exciting time here. So if you want to check it out, just check out their Facebook page, Cerberus Legion Games, and I'll put a link down in the description below, and you guys can check it out. And they've got the GT coming here, so they'll have a whole bunch of information going on with that, with hotel deals around in the area too, if you decide to come in from out of town. But if you're in the Georgia down here, the Savannah, the southeast Georgia region, give it a look if you want to. So that's the armies going now into deployment. Back over in the back here, I've got my 5-man Infiltrators along with the Phobos Librarian. I've got my Gladiator Lancer. I've got my big old bike squad over here with the Outriders with the ATV and the Chaplain inside there. I've got my Land Raider Redeemer. Inside there is going to be the Aggressor Squad along with the Apothecary Biologist. We got my 10-man Deathwing Knight Squad along with a Captain over here. And then in Deep Strike Reserve, I have my 3-man Inceptor Squad. Going over deployment now for the Tyranids. We've got one squad of Von Ryan's Leapers over on this objective, over this side. We've got an Exocrine back over here. We've got the Tyrannifex closer towards the front. We've got one squad, the three-man squad of Zoanthropes over here towards the front. We've got the Malanthrope back over here. No, Maliceptor. I knew it was a Mal something. We've got the Norn Emissary right up front there, ready to go up and so try to chew up some Marines. We've got another Exocrine beside him, and we have the Exocrine. It's not an Exocrine. The Horospex right next to him, ready to go up. We've got the Neurotyrant, the 6-man Zoanthrope, and we have the Hive Tyrant back over here. Back in the corner over here, we've got the 2 Biovores, and we have the Barb Gaunts back over on this objective. And then finally, over on this objective, we've got the other 3-man squad of Von Ryan's Leapers. So that is going to be it for the movement phase, or not movement phase. What am I even talking about? That's it for deployment. We are now going to roll off to see who will go first. I rolled a 2. Roll. So I rolled a fill face back over there, and my opponent rolled a 4, so it will be a Dark Angels going first here. So we'll come back to you after the movement phase. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn number 1. I first off drew my objectives here, so I drew engage on all fronts and overwhelming force. I need to try to get into the different table quarters, and then I also do get points for killing units that are on objectives, which dictated how the rest of my thing went. So I decided to kick it into the assault doctrine over here, and essentially the way it's going to work here is these guys over here advanced so that they've got a 7-inch charge into these lictors that are on the objective over here. This moved up 12, and then these guys disembarked over here, looking to get a charge off of here, get into this table corner, and then these guys advanced over here, looking for a 3-inch charge into his lictors over here, trying to get that charge off and get into there. I also moved my gladiator out over here so I can get some line of sight down the way there, and that is going to be it for the movement phase. When I did move my bikes over here, my opponent did declare Overwatch with his Tyrannifex with the acid spray. So we'll be coming back to you with that before we go into the shooting phase. All right, so it's D6 plus 6 auto hits over there. Whoop! I didn't even see that one. What's that? All right, so we got the 6 there, so it's going to be 12 auto hits, which is pretty spicy. Strength 6 on these ones here. 3s to wound over here. So that's going to be a whole bunch there. So you just one miss. So that's going to be 11 wounds into there. All right, we'll come back to that. All right, so we have 11 saves to make over here. These are going to be AP minus 2, so we're looking for 5-up saves. Making 1, 2, 3 of those. So these are going to be 2 damage apiece. So these 4 will kill my ATV. This will kill another guy, and that will kill another guy. So ATV plus 2 bikes are dead. And then we have the Stinger Salvos over here. So these are going to be hitting on 6s. So getting 2 hits there. Strength 5, so looking for 4s to wound. Getting 1 wound. AP minus 0, so it's going to be looking for a 3-up save. And I don't even make that one, so he will... Oh, what's the damage? 1 damage, so he'll take 1 damage. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, we're going to start with my aggressors over here. I do have the Bolter Discipline on my Apothecary Biologists over there, so he's going to be giving them sustained hits. It's not the Devastator Doctrine, so it's not going to be critting on 5s, but it is going to be giving them sustained hits 1. They're also going to be getting... they're also going to have lethal hits from the Biologist there. So we're going to roll to see how many of the Fragstorm launcher shots they have, because we're going to do it all at the same time, since the Fragstorm launcher and the Bolt Storm is the same thing. Technically, one has Twin Linked, one has Blast, but because he's my Oath of Moment choice, I'm going to be re-rolling everything anyway, so it doesn't matter if the Twin Linked. So we're going to do the Fragstorm here. These are looking for just D6 shots each. From that, so that's going to be 5, 11, 16, 18 additional shots in here. All right, so here we go. It's going to be 36 shots coming in here. This is going to be 31 shots. These are going to be hitting on 3s, and I'm going to do... I've got Oath of Moment on him, so re-rolling hits. So looking for 3s to hit. Oop, I dropped 1 over there. Re-rolling because of Oath of Moment. All right, and then we've got I need an additional 5 attacks over here. So these are going to be 3s, re-rolling. All right. So we've got a bunch of 6s. We'll come back to you with wounds. All right, so we had 9 6s in there, so that's going to be 9 wounds from the lethal hits, but they also get to roll, they had the sustain hits, so they're also going to go into the wounds here. These are going to be looking for 6s because he's T12, and I'm only strength 4, so, what? 11. Oh, T11, sorry, T11, and I'm strength 4, so still looking for 6s, and then we re-roll these as well because of Oath of Moment, so we'll come back to you with that. And then re-rolling. All right, and again, an additional 1 there, so it's going to be 9, 15 total wounds into him over there. All right, so these are going to be AP -1 because he's the closest target. So what's your armor usually? A 2, so looking for 3-up saves. All right, making a whole bunch there. So failing 5 of them there, so going to take 5 wounds. All right, so now my Land Raider Redeemer is going to shoot into him. So we're going to do the Flamestorm Cannon first. So it's going to be D6 plus 3 shots. That's going to be 9 shots into here. These are going to be strength 6. So looking for 5s to wound. Looking for 5s to wound. Rerolling though because of Oath of Moment. Okay, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds so far. Rerolling. Getting an additional 1, so that's going to be 5 total there. These are going to be at AP -2, doing 2 damage apiece.
So it'd be 1, right? Because of the...
They ignore cover. It ignores cover.
Oh, it does. Okay,
yeah, yeah.
So 4.
Yeah.
You said 5?
5 of them, yes. Looking for 4s. Making...
Reroll that one?
Yeah, sure. They're cocked. All right, so making 2 of them. So that's going to be 4 damage total onto him for that. We did the Storm Bolter off camera. It did nothing. So now we're going to go to the Multi-Melt over here. 2 shots. That was cocked. Rerolling because of Oath of Moment there. So that's going to be 2 hits. Strength 9. So again, looking for 5s to wound. Re-rolling because of Oath of Moment. That's going to be 2 wounds at AP -4. So he has a 4-up invul, right? Failing both of them. These are going to be looking for, these are D6 plus, I think it's Melta 2. So these are going to be D6 plus 2 each. So that's going to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that kills him there. Okay. So does he explode though? On a 5, he does not. So, okay, that was brutal, and I feel bad that my newly painted model got taken out of his army there. But I also knew that if I didn't, he was going to literally eat me alive. So we will keep going. And now my Lancer is going to fire into the Exocrine over there. So he's going to have 2 shots with his Lancer gun here. That's going to be 2 hits. Wounding on strength 14, so 3s. Okay, I can reroll 1 hit, 1 wound, and 1 damage, so I'll reroll one of those wounds into a 6 for a fill face there. And this is going to be... oh, that's the wound, yeah. So it's AP -4 now. These are going to be looking for... Yeah, so AP -4, so what's his armor?
Cover, because I'm 3, so I need 6.
Yes. Hey, with the I was going to say fill face, but that's not a fill face. It's like the weird alien glyphs. All right, so now into the charge phase. These guys advance. They don't have assault weapons, and we're in the assault doctrine, but that only allows you to advance, not to shoot when you advance, or advance and charge, not advance and shoot. So now they're going to charge into his lictors back over here. I need a 7-inch charge to get in with them. Not going to make it with that, but I'm going to spend my CP to re-roll it. Oh, not going to make it with that either. Rough. And now my Deathwing Knights are going to charge into these guys over here. Looking for a 4-inch charge. They're going to make it with a 5, so they'll be in. And now my aggressors are going to charge into the Zoanthropes over here. So they need a 4-inch charge. Not going to make it with that. Oof, that is not great. All right, so that's it for the charges. We'll come back to you with the fight phase. So into the fight phase, the Von Ryan's Leapers actually have fights first, so they will be going first since that's how it works now in 10th edition, is that both phases, the fights first and the regular fight, the opponent starts first. So they will be going into my Deathwing Knights first. They're going to have, how many attacks each is it? 6 attacks each, which is pretty good. These are going to be hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s. Deathwing Knights actually have it where they are -1 to damage, but they're only damage 1 anyway. So they don't have, it's not going to become damage 0. That's already been put to pasture. But wounding on 4s because they're strength 5. Alrighty, so we've got 5 wounds in there. All right, these are going to be AP 1, so looking for 3-up saves. Failing 2 of them, so I will take 2 wounds. All right, so now my Deathwing Knights are going to come back over here. We're going to go with the Maces of Absolution. 7 of the guys, or no, yeah, 8 of the guys can actually get in over there. 1 guy can't get in over there, so it's going to be 8 guys. 4 attacks each, so 32 attacks. These are going to be 31 of them. Hitting on 2s, strength 6, so wounding on 3s, AP -1, 3 damage apiece. So, again, hitting on 2s. I'm going to reroll one of these 1s, and then we'll come back to into a 1. And these are going to be wounding on 3s. Okay, we'll come back to that. All right, so that was 16 wounds into him over there. These are going to be AP -1, so he's going to have a 5-up save. And they're 3 damage apiece, so that kills each one. Yeah, they're going to be dead. Wipes out that unit. All right, so that's going to be it for the Dark Angel's turn here. I do have mini engaged since these guys were not able to get wholly outside of 3 inches, or wholly within 3 inches of that table cord over there with a failed save, failed charge, and I was only able to get half of the overwhelming force because these guys couldn't make their charge in to try to kill off the Von Ryan's Leapers over on this side. So that is going to be it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 1. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Tyranids on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Tyranids here on turn number 1. These guys over here, so the Tyrannifex moved up onto the objective here. They both hit, him and my Land Raider both have OC of 5, so they're going to be contesting that objective there in the middle. His Maliceptor moved up over this way. The Zoanthropes moved up behind them. The Barbgaunts, Barbgaunts moved up along this way through the wall over there. The Neurotyrant advanced up to the position where he's at there, but he has advanced and shoot because of the Hive Tyrant, right? Mm-hmm. Then back over here, the Exocrine, did he move or did he stay still? He stayed still. These guys moved back over there, trying to screen me out because I've got my Inceptors that are still up there. And over here, everyone just kind of moved up into the column over this side. The Von Ryan's Leapers just stayed on the objective over on this side. When his, this is the Horospex, moved, I declared I was going to spend a CP to fire Overwatch on him with my aggressor. So we'll come back to you with that before moving on to his shooting phase. All right, so I rolled the D6s for the Frag Storm, and they got 20 from that. So I'm going to have a total of 38 shots here. This is going to be 31 of them. Looking for 6s, no rerolls from this, but 6s are going to be both sustained and lethal. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 so far. And then I'm going to get 7 more to get the 38 that I've got over here. Oop, come back here. No more there. So it's just going to be 4. Those are sustained and lethal. So we've got 4 wounds onto him so far. And then these are going to be looking for 6s to wound as well for the sustained ones. Nothing there. So it's just going to be 4 at the closest target. So AP -1 for them over here.
So 4s.
Looking for 4s. Failing 2 of them. So he'll take 2 wounds. All right, so now we're going to start off the shooting phase here with the Horospex firing into my guys over here. It does have precision, so if he does get a hit, he will be able to put that onto my Biologus. So it's going to be hitting on, what is it? Or no, when you allocate wounds, so it'll be, he'll roll the hit, roll a wound, and then he'll do precision, put it on them. Yep. So it's going to be hitting on a what?
3s.
3, so that's going to be a hit. Strength 6, toughness 6, so looking for a 4 to wound. Whoop. Cocked over there. No wound there. And now his Exocrine over here is going to fire. He did stay still, and he's going to fire into my tank over here. So he's going to have D6 plus 3 shots. So it's going to be all 9 shots, which is pretty spicy. And these are going to be strength, what is it again? 8, so strength 8. So these are going to be, he's T12. So these are going to be hitting on, he stood still, right? So hitting on 2s, and then wounding on 5s, because he's T12. Hitting on 2s, so that's going to be 1 miss over here. And then these are going to be wounding on 5s, because he's strength 8, T12. Getting 3 wounds there. All right, AP?
3.
AP minus 3, so this will be looking for a 5-up save. He's got cover there, so it'll be a 4-up save. Making 1 of them. So that's going to be looking for 3 damage apiece, so that's going to be 6 damage into him. And now the Hive Tyrant is also going to fire into my land over here, so it's going to be D6 shots.
3.
Oh, D3 shots, sorry. Getting 2 shots in here. These are going to be hitting on 2s to hit. Inception, making both of those. Strength, 9, so 5s to wound. Making both of those. So these are going to be AP minus 2, so looking for 4. I don't get cover from that one. I don't think, right? Oh, I do? Okay. Yeah, gotcha. So I do get cover over here, so this is going to be minus 2, you said. So looking for a 3-up save. Making both of those. Woo! Zoanthropes are now going to fire into him as well. These are going to be...
They're doing their focus.
So it's the focus shot. So it's going to be 3 shots total from the squad of 3. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. There we go. What you want there. That's going to be 3 hits. Strength 12. So looking for 4s to wound. Getting 3 wounds. AP
3.
AP 3 with cover over there. So it's going to be minus AP minus 2. So looking for 4-up saves. Oh, and he makes them. And then that Zoanthrope squad's going to do the exact same thing into him over here. Hitting on, that's all going to be all hits there. These are going to be, again, wounding on 4s. That is going to be 3 wounds. I don't think I get cover on these ones, do I? What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, yep. Okay, so that's going to be, again, looking for 4-up saves. Failing 1 of them, so it's a D6 plus 1 damage. So 3 damage. All right, the Neurotyrant is going to fire into my aggressors over here. So he's going to have, was it 2d6 shots, auto hits with Torrent there. So it's going to be 6 total hits. These are going to be strength 5. So these are looking for 5s to wound because they're T6. Getting 2 wounds over there. AP.
1 and ignores cover.
AP 1 ignoring cover, so these are going to be looking for 4-up saves. And I make them both. All right, the Maleceptor is now going to fire into my bike squad over here. These are going to be D6 plus 3, but it has blast, so it's going to be D6 plus 4. So 8 total shots coming in over here. These aren't Torrent, right?
No.
Okay, so these are going to be hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Getting a couple misses there. These are going to be strength 10. So they're T5, I believe. Yes, T5, so looking for 2s to wound. Okay, that's going to be 4 wounds. AP?
2.
AP minus 2, so looking for 5-up saves. Making 2 of them damage. 3 each, so that's going to kill the one guy and then put 1 onto 1 wound. And then his last Execrant over here also stood still, and he's going to fire into my Land Raider. So he's going to have D6 plus, cock there, D6 plus what? 3. D6 plus 3, so it's going to be 5 shots coming in over here. These are going to be hitting on 2s because he stood still. Ooh, okay.
Rerolling the 1s.
Rerolling 1s because the other X are going to hit over there.
So
that's going to be all hits. Strength 8, so 5s to wound. Getting 2 wounds into me over there. AP 3 does not get cover from him. So this is going to be looking for 5s. Thank you. Making 1, failing 1. Damage? 3 damage apiece, so he's down to 4. And now his Tyrannifex is going to fire everything into my aggressors over here. So we're going to do the Torrent first, right?
Yep. D6
so it's
plus 6.
D6 plus 6. So there's going to be 2, so 8 total shots here. And those are Torrent, so it's auto hits. Strength 6, so looking for 4s to wound. All right. So that's going to be 5 wounds into there. AP?
2.
AP minus 2, so looking for 5-up saves. Making 2 of them, damage?
2 each.
2 each, so they've got 3 wounds apiece. So it's going to kill one and put one on 1 wound. And then we have the stinger salvos coming in over here, hitting on 3s.
Yeah, so
All right, really good. Strength 5, so 5's to wound. Say tough 6. That's going to be 4 wounds. And do you have there? AP?
No.
Nothing. So looking for 3-up saves. And I make them all. Woo! And the barb gaunts now are going to fire into my bikes over here. So D6 shots each. So that's going to be 9, 10, 14 shots. They are blast, but I've only got 4 guys left there, so it's just going to be the 14 shots. These are going to be hitting on 4s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. And then strength 5, so 4s to wound. Okay, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3. Okay. AP? No AP, so looking for 3-up saves. Making them. All right, then his 2 biovores. Yeah, biovores. Popped 1 over here and then 1 back over here. This one over here is interesting because these guys have the 12-inch bubble because they're the infiltrators, and this was just barely. It's like by like an inch within my deployment zone in order to get deploy teleport homers. So he's going to pop them down there, and then he's going to deploy the teleport homers with that model there. So that is going to be it for the shooting. We will now come back to you with the charges. All right, so now into the charge phase here. We've got the Haruspex is going to charge into my aggressors over here. He will roll a 6-inch charge over there, so he will move in. And now the Hive Tyrant is going to charge into my aggressors as well. Yeah, 10-inch charge, we'll get him in. That's Tyranids is going to charge into my Land Raider over here. 4. Oh, that one's cocked. Yeah, you got roll. What was that? Oh, cocked again. All right, 7 inches will get him in. And then the Maliceptor is going to charge into my Land Raider. Will not make it with a 5. All right, so his Maliceptor is within 12 inches of his Hive Tyrant, which means that he can use a stratagem for 0 CP. So it's of interest to note that if you're watching this on the day it came out, they have dropped the balanced DATASLATE, which has changed some of the rules. One of which is any of those rules that give you the ability to use a CP or use a stratagem for 0 CP. It now has to be a battle tactic stratagem that you use. So of note, Overwatch is not a battle tactic. It is a tactical ploy or something like that, or strategic ploy. Be either which way, battle tactic. It has to be a battle tactic. So command reroll is a battle tactic stratagem. So now they will have it where he can use this one, but we just wanted to note that the change has happened. So he couldn't use Overwatch, for instance, for free and things like that. It has to be a battle tactic. So he was going to reroll that charge. And on an 8, he will make it in. We actually checked that he actually can't make it into the charge over there because of going through there. So because he can't make it in, we're going to give him back his reroll. But we're going to leave all that in there because we talked about the change too. To the free stratagem there. But yeah, he can't actually make it into charge there because the Tyranids didn't quite make it far enough with his charge to get out of the way. And now the Leapers are going to charge into my Bikers. They're going to make it with a 9-inch charge. When the Tyranids makes the charge in over here, he's going to spend 1 CP on a stratagem in the Crusher Stampede, which is called, what is it called?
Massive Impact.
Massive Impact. Essentially a monster, once he makes a charge, you can select 1 unit that is within engagement range of. You roll 6d6. Every 4+ does a mortal wound. So 6d6, 4 pluses, doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is enough to kill him there. So does he explode? That would be funny. No, he does not. All right, so now we're going to go into the fight phase here. My opponent is going to use the free reroll since we gave it back for the charge because he couldn't make the charge. So we're going to give him the free, he's going to use it on, what is it called again? Sorry?
Rampaging Monstrosities.
Rampaging Monstrosities. So it's would be a 1 CP, but he gets it for free because of it's a battle tactic stratagem, and it allows him to reroll all hits. So the Haruspex is now going to attack into my aggressors over here. So these are going to be hitting on 3s, re-rolling because of the stratagem.
So 14 for the first one.
14. All right, re-rolling. Okay, 1 miss there.
Okay.
Strength.
7.
So looking for 3s because they're tough 6. Alrighty, we'll come back to you with that. So we have 8 wounds, AP -1. So this is going to be looking for 4-up saves. Ooh, what's the damage on that? 2 each. So this will kill a guy. That will kill a second guy. That'll kill a third guy. That will kill a 4th guy. Brutal. All right, he gets 4 more attacks here. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling. Okay, all but 1 hit. These are strength
14.
These are strength 14, so 2's the wound. That is going to be 3 wounds there. AP
2.
-2, so looking for 5-up saves. Making 2 of them damage.
D6 plus 1.
D6 plus 1. 2, so it's going to leave 1 guy with 1 wound left. And now the Hive Tyrant is going to attack in over here. So these are going to be, how many attacks? 6 attacks? 6 attacks, hitting on 2s. Okay, no rerolls here, but these are going to be strength
9.
Strength 9, so 3s to wound, but twin linked, so re-rolling. Good thing. Okay, or not. The dice have spoken. 3 wounds.
Yep.
AP -2, so looking for 5-up saves. Making none of them damage. 3 each. So that's actually going to kill all of them because my apothecary biologist over there has 5 wounds. So that's going to kill all of the squads. And then the Death Leapers over here, Von Ryan's Leapers are going to attack into, Von Ryan's, what are they? Leapers. Von Ryan's Leapers are going to attack into my bikes over here. So hitting on 3s. Okay, no reroll there. Strength 5, toughness 5, so 4s to wound. Okay, so that's going to be 4 wounds there. Oh, no, 5 wounds? No, 4 wounds. AP? 1, so looking for 4-up saves. Failing 1 of them, which actually does have enough to kill 1 guy. All right, so now my bikers are going to attack back. We're going to go with the Outriders first. So there's going to be 2 of them there, 4 attacks each, hitting on 3s. Okay, so it's going to be 5 wounds here. These are going to be strength 4, toughness 5, so would be 5s to wound, but because the chaplain's there, they're +1 to wound. This gives them wounding on 4s. That is going to be 3 wounds. At AP -1, so 5-up saves. Making 2 of them so far, just the 2. So it's going to be taking 1 damage from that. All right, so now his Crozius, he's going to attack. He's got 5 attacks here. It's going to be hitting on 2s. All right, so it's going to be all hits. Strength 6, so it would be wounding on 3s, but because it's +1 to wound since he's leading the unit, wounding on 2s. Okay, so it's going to be 4. At AP -1, it's again 5s to save, making 3 of them, so that will just kill the 1 guy there with the 2 damage. All right, so that's going to be it for the Tyranids' turn here. He did have deployed teleport homer, so he did get the 1 for that, but he did not. He was not able to get wholly within 6 inches of the center over here, so that does mean that he won't be able to score area denial, but he's going to keep it because he feels like he's got a pretty good chance of getting that, which, I mean, I can't really complain about that. So that is going to be it for the Terminators here on turn number 1. We will come back to you after a movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn number 2. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn number 2. At the beginning of the turn, my opponent used Shadow in the Warp, which is still the army-wide rule for Tyranids, to make me take a battle shock test on everybody at a -1 because of the Neurotyrant. So over here, my Chaplain and his bros, they passed. My Gladiator failed, as did my, back over here, my, whatchamacallit, the wizard, Phobos Librarian with his infiltrators, they failed as well, but everyone else passed. But of an interesting note, they've changed the stratagem for what is it? Heroic. What is it? What is it? What's the stratagem? Do you remember? I don't know. Oh, whatever. The one that allows you to just auto pass a battle shock test. They've changed that with the balanced data slate now, where you have to spend it before you take the test, and I did not spend it before I take the test, so I can't just take it and have them auto pass, which was frustrating because when I drew my objectives, I drew behind enemy lines, and I also drew investigate signals. Investigate signals, I wasn't going to be able to get them into places where I could do stuff, so I decided to spend a CP to get rid of it, and I got extend battle lines, but for that to occur, I need to hold my back one back here. And since both of the units that are within range of me being able to get onto that objective failed, they couldn't hold it OC because I'm Gladius. I'm not the Dark Angels, the Unforgiven task force. So I don't have any OC. It goes down to OC 0. So there we go. That's what I get for not sticking with my Dark Angels. So that did mean that I had to drop I can't get behind enemy lines, and I had to end up dropping my Inceptors back here onto the objective to hold it, so at the end of the turn for me to be able to get it, and still hopefully be able to hold on to an objective over here. So, the rest of the movement, these guys fell back, but I'm in a tactical doctrine. These guys moved up 5, and when they moved, my opponent declared an overwatch with the Tyranids effects over here. So they're within 18 inches of there. So we will go to do that in a second after we're done with this. So that's all of that. I did go into the tactical doctrine, and my oath of moment choice is going to be the horror specs. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the overwatch that is occurring. All right, so it's D6 plus 6 auto hits with the torrent, 18 inches away. Which is a 6 in there. Okay, so that's going to be 12 auto hits coming in over here. These are going to be strength 6. They are tough 5. So it's going to be threes to wound. Alrighty. So that's going to be how many?
3, 6, 7.
7. So we got 7 AP
2.
minus 2. And I think I get cover because you can't quite see all of them there. So we're going to see looking for AP minus 1, so looking for 3 up saves. That was cocked. Alrighty, so that was a 2. So that is going to be 3 fails. What's the damage? 2 each, which becomes 1 because they're Deathwing Knights. So that's going to kill the one guy on 2 and put 1 on 3 wounds left. And then we have the Stinger Salvos hitting on 6s. That was cocked one there. No, nothing there. So nothing with the Stinger Salvo. All right, so we're going to start off the shooting phase with my bikes over here. The chaplain, when they're shooting, gets to choose 1 unit within 12 inches that we're shooting at. Then those wounds become devastating wounds. They can get devastating wounds. There's been a change to devastating wounds in the balanced DATASLATE as well. Devastating wounds now no longer turn into mortal wounds. What they do is you can no longer save them with an armor save or an invul save. So essentially, it's just going to go straight through to them, but no longer is like a giant cannon shot that's doing like D6 plus 30 wounds going to do D6 plus 30 mortal wounds. It'll just utterly destroy that one guardsman that it hits with the mortal wounds now instead of spilling over with the mortal wounds. So they're going to be shooting in over there. They've all got their twin bolt rifles over here. So these are going to be hitting on 4s because they have stealth. Okay, pretty good. Missing on 1 there. These are going to be strength 4, toughness 5. So looking for 5s, but twin links, so re-rolling these ones here. Okay, getting 2 so far, but twin linked, so re-rolling the wounds. That's going to be 4 wounds in there, one of which is a devastating wound, so no save for that one. We've got 3 at AP minus 1. 5s. Nope, no saves there, so that's going to be a total of 1 damage apiece, I believe. Yeah, 1 damage apiece on all of these, so that's going to kill 1 and put 1 down to 2 wounds left. And now the Gladiator is going to fire into the Hive Tyrant over here. So he's going to have 2 shots, hitting on 2s because he stood still and it's a heavy weapon. So it's going to be 2 hits. Strength, a ton. What's his toughness? 10, so it's going to be wounding on 3s. Getting to reroll 1 wound. So that's going to be 2 wounds there. AP minus 4. So he's got an invul save over here. Making 1, failing 1. So it's going to be D6 plus... D6 plus 3 damage. And I can reroll 1 damage too. No, okay. So that's going to be 5 damage into him. All right, so now my Deathwing Knights are going to go into the charge phase, charging into his horror specs over there. So these are going to be looking for a 6-inch charge. Going to get it with a 7. And then over here, my bikers are going to charge back in over there because of the tactical doctrine. They'll be in with an 8. All right, Von Rein's Leaper over here is going to go first because he's got fights first, and that's how it works. These are going to be 6 attacks, hitting on 3s. Ooh, cocked. Okay, meant to be. 4 hits, strength 5, so looking for 4s to wound. So there's going to be 2 wounds there. AP -1, correct? So looking for a 4-up save. Failed both of them. 1 damage apiece, though, right? So they'll be down to 1 wound there. So we're going to start over here. We're going to go with the bikers first. These are going to be hitting on 3s. That one's cocked. Okay. These are now going to be strength 4, toughness 5. Would be 5s to wound, but because of the +1 to wound from the chaplain, looking for 4s. That one's cocked. That's going to be 3 wounds there. AP -1. And he will be dead. All right, so now my Deathwing Knights are going to attack into his Horospecs over there. I'm going to use the captain's free stratagem ability to do Honor the Chapter, which will give them the Lance ability. It is a battle tactic stratagem, so it allows me to do that. These are going to be the Mace of Absolutions that are going to come in over here. So these are going to be hitting on 2s, rerolling everything because he's my Oath of Moment choice. And then wounding on, instead of 5s, because it's strength 8, toughness 11, or toughness 12, something like toughness 11. So it would be 5s to wound, but becomes 4s to wound, that then get to reroll because of Oath of Moment. So we are going to now roll those over here. These are going to be looking for 32 of those ones. These are going to be hitting on 2s, re-rolling. That one's cocked. All right. So re-rolling. All right. And then I need to do 1 more because that was only 31. That is going to be a hit. These are now going to be, like I said, wounding on 4s instead of wounding on 5s with the Lance ability now because of that. So looking for 4s. That one was cocked. Alrighty. Re-rolling because of Oath of Moment. Okie dokie. Here we go. Alright. So that is going to be... That's going to be 6 there, so that's going to be 25 wounds into you over there. Let me see, 15, 20, yep, 25 wounds into you over here. These are going to be, we'll come back to that. All right, so he's needing 4s on these. These are 3 damage apiece. So he failed at least 3. He's only got 6 wounds left. So he is going to be dead. Does he explode? Do they explode?
I don't remember if he does.
He doesn't on a 1, so that's for sure. All right, so that's going to be it for the fight phase. I did get extend battle lines for 5 points, but I'm going to get rid of behind enemy lines at this point because I think it's going to be more trouble than it's worth with what I've got left because of that really excellent use of Shadow in the Warp with the Battle Shock in the way that's changed now where I couldn't just ignore it. So pretty good stuff there. So that's going to be it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 2. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Tyranids on turn number 2. All right, movement phase for the Tyranids here on turn number 2. He did control 2 objectives, so we got his 10 points from that, and then he drew engage on all fronts, which he should be able to get with the spores. So moving into the movement phase here, we've got his Maleceptor moved up over this way, looking to do brutal things to my bikers. His Exocrine stood still. These guys moved up onto the objective, the Zoanthropes. The Tyrannifex moved up over this way. The Tyrant moved into the middle over here so that he can get his area denial that he kept. Exocrine stood still. The Zoanthropes moved up around over this way. And the Neuro Tyrant stood still, basically, as did the Barb Gaunts. And back over here, these guys just kind of stood still where they are. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. The Barb Gaunts are now going to fire into my Terminators over here, into my Deathwing Knights. So he rolled 18 shots with them on a d6 each, but they are blasts, so it's an additional 2 for each of them, getting up to 28 attacks in over here. These are going to be hitting on 4s or 3s? 3s, because they're heavy, and they stood still. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, we have Strength 5, Toughness 5, so these are going to be looking for 4s to wound. All right.
Pretty good there.
4, 8, 9.
9 wounds over here. All right, so we've got 9 AP.
No AP.
No AP. So 9 2-up saves. Failed one of them. 1 damage. All right. The exocrine is now going to fire into them. So it's going to be 5 plus, what is it? D3?
D3.
Gotcha.
So
Is it blast?
D6 plus 3. So
D6 plus 3, so it's going to be 8. Is it blast?
It is blast.
So it's going to be 8, 9, 10 shots coming in over here.
Hitting on 2.
2s to hit. Because he stood still. Okay. And then strength
8.
8, so 3s to wound. Okay, so that's going to be 4 wounds. AP.
3.
All right, so it's 4 wounds. AP 3 damages 3, which will become 2. So I got to do it one at a time because there's one guy out of cover over there, and there's another one over there. So it's AP minus 3. So we're looking for his 4-up invul save. Failed that, so that guy's going to be dead. And then I'm going to do 2 at a time. Oh, it doesn't make a difference. AP minus 3? Mm-hmm. So it's always going to be 4-up invul, so it doesn't make a difference. Failed one of them, so it'll be instead of 3 damage, it becomes 2 damage because of their special rule. Now the other exocrine is going to fire into them as well. It's going to have 2. So now they're down to 9, so it's just going to be plus additional 1. So it's 2 becomes it's D6 plus 3, which would be 5 plus 1, so 6 attacks. Hitting on 2s because he stood still. Re-rolling 1s, but no need to there. Alrighty. These are now going to be again looking for 3s to wound. All right, so that's going to be 4 wounds. 4-up invul saves. Failed one of them. And now the zone throws are going to attack into them as well. We rolled their D3 because they're doing their writ normal, not the focus ones here. So it's D3 with blast. So there's still more than 5 or 5 or more. So they're going to be getting +1 for each of those. So it ended up being 15 shots that are coming in over here. These are going to be hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because of the exocrine. Okay, and then we got the 1, 2, a couple 2s, but we'll get those in a second. Alrighty, and then a couple 2s over here. And then these are going to be strength 7. So again, 3s to wound into my tough 5s.
3, 6, 8.
8. AP?
I believe it is 2. Yep.
AP minus 2. So these are going to be looking for 4-up saves. So that is, nearly. Damage?
D3 each.
D3 each. All right, so we got to do these one at a time. There's 5 of them that failed over there. So the first one, D3, so that becomes 2. All right, so one guy's at 2 wounds left. One guy's at 1 wound left because that 2 becomes a 1. That will kill the guy. That will go down to 1. That's down to 1. Can't go lower than 1. So that's 2. Oh, that's it. So 1 will be down to 1 will be dead, and 1 will be down to 2 wounds. 3-man's going to do the exact same thing. So they've got 7 shots coming in over here. 3s re-rolling 1s. Okay, that's going to be 2 misses. Wounding on 3s. That's going to be 2 wounds. AP minus 3. No, 2. So still 4-ups. Failed one of them for D3 damage. 3 becomes 2. That will kill a guy. And now the Tyranids is going to have is D6 plus 3, right?
6.
Is D6 plus 6? D6 plus 6. So that's going to be 11 shots coming in over here. Or 11 hits, I should say. Sorry, because it's the thing with the other thing. Torrent. That's the word. These are going to be looking for strength 6, right? Yep. So 3s to wound. All right, that one back over against the building there is cocked. Against the building, this one over here.
Oh,
yeah, it's all good. Okay. So
3, 6 minus 2.
6 minus 2. So these are going to be looking for 4-ups. Failing 4 of them damage.
2 each.
2 each base, or becomes 1. It becomes 1. So that's going to be 4 damage. So that's going to kill a guy. And now we got the Stinger salvos coming in. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. Okay, that's going to be all hits. Pretty good there. These are going to be strength 5, so 4s to wound. Okay, so that's going to be 5 total wounds there. AP? No AP. So 2-ups. Failing one of them. Damage? 1. Maleceptor is also going to fire into them back over there. So he's got D6 plus 3.
Alrighty, so that's going to be 8 total shots coming in over here.
That's blast.
It is blast, so we got the +1 because they are still 5 guys left over there.
So hitting on 3s.
3s to hit.
Ones.
Reroll the 1s. Okay, 2s were not meant to be.
4 minus, or 5 minus 2.
Strength. Oh, is it torrent?
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good.
Strength 10.
Strength 10, so looking for 2s. Okay, so that's going to be 3 wounds there. AP?
2.
2. So looking for 4-ups. Making one of them damage.
3 each.
3 each becomes 2 each. So that's going to kill the one guy there. Now the Hive Tyrant's going to fire into them. He does not like my Terminators. So that's going to be 2 shots. Hitting on 2s. Strength, what is it? Less than 10, but more than 5. Yeah. So 3s. That's 2 wounds. AP, 2. So 4-up saves. Make 1, fail 1. Damage? 3. So it becomes 2 wounds. Now into the charge phase. The Tyrant's going to charge into my Terminators over there. He's going to be in with a 7. And then over here, the Maleceptor is going to charge into my bikes. So he's looking for, pretty much anything. But 8 will definitely get him in. Alrighty, so now we're going to go into the fight phase. We're going to start with his Hive Tyrant. He is going to do his free one for the turn here of the rampaging monstrosities. So he's going to be able to re-roll the hits on this attack here. So these are going to be hitting on 2s, re-rolling because of his stratagem. That's going to be 2 re-rolls. There we go. 3. Oh, wow. Didn't even see that one. Okay, not meant to be on that one there. These are going to be strength 9, so looking for 3s to wound.
And it's twin linked. So
twin linked, no need to. So that's going to be 5 going in there.
Yep.
AP,
2.
AP minus 2, so looking for 4-up invul saves. Failing 2 of them, damage. 3 each. So that's going to kill a guy and then put another guy on 2 wounds because it becomes 2 each. For mine. All right, I'm going to spend 2 CP to interrupt over here. So we're going to go with my bikers first. They're going to have 8 attacks hitting on 3s. Pretty good, actually very good there. These are going to be, would be wounded on 6s because strength 4, toughness 9. But because of the chaplain, looking for 5s and 6s. Just getting the 1. AP minus 1. 4s. No, he will take the 1 wound. And now the chaplain will attack with his Crozius. So hitting on 2s. That's going to be all hits. Would be wounding on 5s because his strength 6. But becomes wounding on 4s now because of his ability. That is going to be 5 wounds. AP minus 1. 4s. Failed 1, 2, 3. And that's going to be 6 damage total for that. And now his Maleceptor is going to go over here. So he's going to have 6 attacks with the sweep attacks. Hitting on 3s. Okay. Strength 7. So looking for 3s to wound. That's going to be 4 wounds. AP?
2.
AP minus
1.
AP minus 1. So these are going to be looking for 4-up saves. Moo making them all. Well played, boys. And then my Deathwing Knights over here. We're going to go with the one guy with the Mace of Absolution. Hitting on 2s. Wounding on 5s. Oh, wow. 4 wounds. AP minus 1.
3s.
3 ups. Fails 1 of them, so that's going to be 3 damage into him over there. And then the guy with the flail is going to attack. He's got 5 attacks. These have devastating wounds and sustained hits 1. So hitting on 2s. So all hits plus 1 because of the sustained hits there. And these are going to be looking for 5s as well to wound. 6s are devastating wounds. All right, so we got the 2 devastating wounds, so no staves there, and that's 2 damage apiece. So he is going to be dead. Does he explode? He does indeed. So we'll find out what his explosion is. All right, so it's going to be D3 mortal wounds. So we'll do on to my Terminators first. He'll take 3 mortal wounds, sounds good. And then we got onto your guy. We'll take 2 mortal wounds. So after my attacks, I did pile into his Tyrannifex because the reason is that I can then, it allows me to get within 3 inches of the center to try to deny him area denial. So his attacks are now going to come back into me over here. So he's going to have 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. So that's going to be 3 hits. Strength 8, so looking for 3s to wound, because they're T5. Okay, and that one's cocked over there. So that's going to be 2 wounds. AP nothing, so looking for 2 up saves. 2 damage, right? So it becomes 1 damage, leaving my one guy on 1 wound there. All right, so that's going to be it for the Tyranids. He did not get area denial. I did manage to deny that, but he did get all four quadrants for engage on all fronts. But he's going to keep it because he still thinks that he can wipe me this turn, which is, I mean, that's a fair call, if I'm being honest. So that's going to be it for the Tyranids' turn here on turn 2. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 3. Movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn number 3. Yes. Movement phase. This guy moved up around over this way, so you can get some shots onto the Maleceptor over there, because he's a monster, so big guns never tire, can shoot into there. These guys stayed in combat over there on the objective. These guys shuffled around a bit so they can get shots onto the onto the Spore Mine back there. These guys moved up so they're just over 6 inches away from his other Spore Mine there so that they don't get shot, because he chose a tempting target of that objective over there. So I've got... You're saying there's a chance. I'm hoping to charge in there, just take the mortal wounds, and then pile into the objective. These guys over here, the captain has the enhancement that allows them to stay in tactical. So they're going to stay in tactical, and he's going to fall back, so they're eligible to shoot, even though they fell back, because I also got cleanse, so I'm trying to cleanse there. So the idea is over here to try to kill that with the gladiator, so that they can also cleanse in the shooting phase and see how that works. So. And that's it for the movement phase. But when my captain and the Terminator there fell, and the Deathwing Knight fell back, my opponent did say he was going to overwatch with the Tyrannifex. So we will come back to you with that. All right, so it's going to be D6 plus 6 torrent shots into him over there. Woo, 12. He has been full of goo. He has been full of goo all night long, and he has just been just spraying it willy-nilly. These are going to be strength again 6, right? So looking for 3s to wound. Okay, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds over here. 7. Oh yeah, 7 wounds over there. AP 2, so it becomes 4 up invul saves. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I failed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's the damage on this?
2 each.
2 each. So that would kill him, and then 8 would kill him too. Is there anything I can do to save him? He's got 6 wounds. There's nothing I can do to save him. Even if I re-rolled one of those, he's dead. Oh no! Oh boy. All right, well, oops. There goes that idea. All right, so I forgot that the -1 damage over there is going to persist until this model's attacks have finished. So he's down to 2 wounds left because of that. So 4 kept going through, but now he's got the stingers that are going to go over here. These are going to be hitting on 6s. Getting 2 hits over there, 3 hits over there. These are going to be strength 5. So looking for 4s to wound. Getting 1 wound. AP?
No AP.
No AP. So 2 up save. Yeah, he's good. All right. We're going to start off with my infiltrators firing into the Spore Mine over here. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 2s. Yeah, he's going to be dead. So, bye-bye. Now my Gladiator is going to fire into his Maleceptor over here. No, not Maleceptor. Yes, Maleceptor. So we're going to go with the big gun first. So these are going to be looking for... he's going to be my Oath of Moment choice, obviously, because that's I need him dead. These are going to be 2 shots with the big gun, hitting on 3s, because he did move. Re-rolling. Okay, that's going to be 2 hits. Strength 14, so... 3. Oh, hold on a second. I forgot he's engaged in combat, so that's a -1 to hit. So the one that I've already re-rolled was into a 3, so that is a fail. But the first one I get to re-roll is a 6, so that is going to be a hit. Strength 14, so 3s to wound. That is a wound with a fill face. AP -4. Does he have an invul save?
4.
It's a 4 up invul save. No, that's going to go through, so this is going to be D6 plus 3 damage. Ooh. Spend a CP to reroll that. Okay, he's going to spend a CP to reroll that. No, still goes through. So this is going to be D6 plus 3. That's going to be 6. I'm going to reroll because he can reroll 1 hit, wound, and damage. So, no, into the 1, so that's going to be 4 damage. And then we got the Icarus rocket pod, D3 shots. That's going to be 2 shots that are coming in over here. These are going to be hitting on 4s because he's -1 to hit since he's engaged in combat over there. Rerolling because of Oath of Moment. That's going to be 2 hits. Strength 8, so would be 5s to wound here. Rerolling. Getting 1, 2. These are AP -1.
So
2 damage apiece.
So 2.
Yes. Oh, failed 1. That's going to be down 2 damage apiece, so he's down to 1 wound. Then we got the Iron Hail Heavy Stubber, so it's going to be 6 shots here, hitting on 4s again because he is engaged over there. Mazel. That's going to be all hits. It's rapid fire 3, so that's why I got the 6 shots. Strength 4, so looking for 6s re-rolling. Getting 1 so far. Just getting the 1. Regular save, no AP on this. Oh, he makes it. And then we've got the Storm Bolters. These are going to be 4 shots coming in here. How many Storm Bolters does he have? 2 Storm Bolters. So it's going to be 8 shots coming in over here. Again, 4s to hit. Okay, re-rolling. Okay. 6s to wound. Getting nothing, then re-rolling. No, nothing there. All right, so looking into this, they are eligible to shoot because they have pistols, so I'm just going to have them choose not to shoot, and they're going to cleanse over here. So as long as he doesn't kill 1 more of my guys, and so if he doesn't kill any of my guys, I'll have it, because it'll be at the end of my turn, I'll control it, and I'll cleanse it. Or if he kills 1 of my guys, but I kill him in return, I will still control it and be able to do it. So, because they have pistols, they're eligible to shoot this turn, so that means that they can do the cleanse over there. So they're not going to shoot. They're going to give up shooting to allow them to do that. Yeah, so they can't declare a charge and they cannot shoot. Doesn't say they can't fight, just can't do those things. So, that's it for shooting. So now we're going to go with this squad over here, are going to charge into your mine over there. So I need a 6-inch charge to get in. I will get in with an 8-inch charge. So when they get into engagement range, you can blow up on them. So what's it going to be? 5. So that's going to be
just
1 mortal wound. So one of these guys will take 1 mortal wound, and then what's going to happen is I'll just pile into the objective over there when it's their turn to fight. So pretty good. I'll take that. And then we'll continue on over here to the fight phase with that. All right, so now he's going to attack into me over here. So these are going to be hitting on 4s now because he is bracketed. Okay, so missing out on 3 of those. Strength 7, so looking for 3s to wound. That's going to be 2 wounds. AP 1, so looking for 4 up saves. Making 1, failing 1. 2 damage. That will kill a guy. So now I have to kill him if I want to try to cleanse this objective over here. All right, so here we go. We're going to go with the biker first. So he's going to have his 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. Re-rolling because of Oath of Moment. All right, so that's going to be all hits. These are now going to be, would be wounding on 6s, but 5s because of the chaplain. That's 2 so far, re-rolling. Just the 2. AP -1. Oh, gonna make those ones. So now it's gonna come down to the chaplain doing his chaplain things, hitting on 2s. That's gonna be all hits. Wounding on strength 6, so would be 5s becomes 4s. That's 2 so far. That's gonna be all 5. AP -1. Oh, and with that, he will die. Does he explode? Mm-hmm. Oh, and he does. What's the damage?
He still does.
Let's find out. All right, so it's going to be D3 into my guys over here. They will take 3. And then into his zoanthropes over here, they will just take 1. All right, so that's going to be it for the Dark Angel's turn here. I did get cleanse 2 objectives because he was in tactical, so he's able to fall back and still be eligible to shoot. So he decided to cleanse, and these guys had cleansed, and now they control the objective, so they were able to get that. And then these guys were able to do their biz to get onto that objective for the tempting target, scoring me 10 points, which was huge. It's a very close game, very tactical game. It should be interesting to see what happens. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Tyranids here on turn 3. Movement phase for the Tyranids here on turn number 3. Tyrannifex just moved up a little bit, looking angrily at my captain over there. Everyone else just kind of moved around. The Exocrine moved out so we can get some line of sight down onto those dude bros back over there. This Exocrine moved up as well so we can get line of sight onto my bikers, I'd imagine. And these guys kind of stood still where they are to get the benefit of the heavy when they're shooting. So, and these guys, Zoanthropes, just kind of shuffled around to be on the objective better. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so into the shooting phase. I don't think I mentioned, but my opponent drew no prisoners, which is why he's moving a lot to try to make sure he gets some shots down because he really wants to kill things. So we're going to start with the Exocrine into these guys over here. It's going to have, it's D6 plus 3. So it's going to be a total of 6 shots coming in over here. Hitting on 3s because he moved. Okay, so it's going to be 3 hits. These are strength 8, so 3s to wound. That's going to be 2 wounds. What's the AP on this? 3. So I'm going to have to roll this one at a time because the chaplain will have an invul save. So we're going to go on to the regular biker there. He's going to have AP minus 3, looking for a 6-up save. Oh, the Filth Face will get him! And then another one. Can he be the champion I need? No, I saw it, but no, he will be dead. But the chaplain's still alive. And now the Zoanthropes are going to shoot into my chaplain on bike over here. So we're going to go with, what is this going to be? D3 shots each? Okay. So that's going to be 3, 4, 5 shots. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Re-rolling 1s because of the Exocrine. So that's re-rolling that 1. Okay. These are now strength 7, so looking for 3s to wound. Alrighty, so that's going to be 3 wounds. AP 2. Minus 2, so he's got his 4-up invul save. Failing 1 of those, so that's going to be AP. That's the damage? D3. Oh, D3? Oh, he'll take the 3 damage, but he'll still be alive. The Neurotyrant's going to fire into my captain over here.
2d6.
2d6 shots. There we go, 12 shots coming in over here. These are Torrent, right?
Yep.
So these are going to be strength 5, so looking for 4s to wound. All right, we'll come back to you with that. We got 6 AP minus 1, so these are looking for 3-up saves. And with that, he will be dead. Tyrannifex is now going to fire everything into my Inceptors over here. So we're going to go with the Torrent first, right? So that's going to be D6 plus 6, right? Yep. So we got a 4 there, so it's going to be 10 shots coming in over here. These are auto hit, strength 6. He's toughness 6, so 4s to wound. Okay, so there's going to be 2 misses there, so that's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. 8, sorry. You were right. It's all good. So you got 8. AP 2. Does it ignore cover? It does not. All right, so it's going to be AP minus 1, so looking for 4-up saves. Failed 4 of them. What's the damage? 2 each. 2 each. So that's going to kill. There you got 3 wounds apiece. So that's going to kill 2 of them. And now the Stinger Salvo is coming in over here, hitting on 3s. Okay, so that's going to be all but 3 hits there. So these are going to be looking for strength 5. So looking for 4s to wound. Oh no, 5s to wound because it's T6. So still getting 3 in there. AP? No AP. No AP. So looking for 3s. Failing 1 of them, so he takes 1 damage. All right, so now the Neurothropes are going to attack. Zoanthropes, sorry. So we're going to have 2 that are going to split fire. So 2 are going to go into the one guy that's left over there, and then the other 4 are going to go into my biker over here, my chaplain. So we're going to go with the 2 into him over there, hitting on 3s. D3. Oh, D3, that's right. So 4 shots. So 4 shots coming in over here, hitting on 3s. Okay, so that's going to be. Okay, so that's going to be 4 hits.
Strength 7.
Strength 7, so 3s to wound. That's going to be 4 wounds. AP? 2. Ignore cover?
No.
Okay. Did he get cover, right? He's got him over there? I think so. Is he on the terrain or?
He's not on the terrain.
He's not on the terrain. And he's not.
I think you would still get it.
He still get it? Okay. So here we go. These are going to be looking for 4-ups then. Doesn't matter. He was dying anyway. All right, so now we've got the other 4 that are going to be going into my chaplain over there. So that's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shots that are going to be coming in over here. These are, again, going to be hitting on 3s. And this one's cocked over here. All right. Yep, those ones a hit. These are going to be wounding on, whatchamacallit, strength. What was he on? 7, so 3s. T5 over there. That one's cocked him. All right, so that's going to be 3 over here. Looking for AP -2 with a little cover there because he's getting blocked there. So it's going to be looking for 4-up saves. Failing all 3 of them. So he is also dead. All right, so that's going to be it for the Tyranid turn here on turn number 3. My opponent did score max on area denial, also scored max on no prisoners. So a very good turn. It is a very, very close game. So we're going to go into turn 4 with the Dark Angels movement phase. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here. It's a tight one, so that's why we're still going to play this out a bit because it's tight. We're going to see what happens at the end of this turn. But I went into Devastator Doctrine. I did draw Capture Enemy Outpost, which I was not going to be able to get, and Assassination, which I can possibly get. So I went into Devastator Doctrine, advanced with him, getting onto the objective and being able to look downfield over this way. These guys just kind of stay where they are, getting me points on this side. That's going to be it for the movement phase. We're going to come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so here we go. We're going to go into the shooting phase with my Gladiator. He's going to fire everything into the Neuro Tyrant, and he's going to be my Oath of Moment, so I'm going to get to re-roll everything. So we're going to go with the big shots first, hitting on 3s because he did move. That's going to be 2 hits. Wounding on Strength 14. What's his toughness? 8. So looking for 3s to wound. That's going to be 2 wounds. AP -4. Does he have an invul save? 4. He does have a 4-up invul save, so 2 4-ups. Making 1, failing 1.
What's the damage?
The damage is D6 + 3.
I'm going to try it.
Going to spend a CP to reroll that. Ooh, he's good with that one. That was big. So we've got the Iron Hail Heavy Stubber that's going to be going over here. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling. So that's going to be all hits. Strength 5. What is that? Iron Hail. Strength 4. So looking for 6s to wound. But re-rolling. That one's cocked. So that's 1 wound so far. Just the 1 wound. AP nothing. Oh, he'll take the 1 wound. Okay. Then we have the Icarus Rocket Pod. Gonna have 1 shot. That is a hit. That is a wound. AP -2. AP -1. Okay, that's gonna go through for 2 damage. And then we got Stormbolt, 2 Stormbolters. 1 hit so far. Just the 3 hits. And then 6s. Re-rolling. Just the 1. Regular save. He'll be good. All right. And that's going to be it for my turn. So I was not able to get Assassinate, and I was not able to get anything else. And at the next turn, my opponent's going to get, at his turn, he'll get 10 points for primary, put a hurting on me over here, and he's just going to run away with the score. So that will be a victory for the Tyranids. I just don't have enough on the table left to go with it. But yeah, man, there was some brutal swings there. That first turn when I was able to take down the brand new model, which I felt super bad about, especially since it was like my freshly painted model that I put out there. But I was sitting there, I'm like, man, do I just let him go and just like tear me apart to just show what he can do? And part of me wanted to do that, but part of me knew that that would be lying to you people if I did that, and I do not lie to my audience. But yeah, it was a ton of fun. The new Tyranids are no joke. They've got a lot of really cool options that they have. A lot of the data slates kind of stayed similar. There's like some minor tweaks, like Tyrannifex now, instead of -1 damage to all weapons against him, he has once per game, he can turn 1 into damage 0. So that's a big change to Tyrannifex, especially since they're big boys that just kind of want to be out there shooting at things. And there's like a couple other different changes that have occurred that were like a little bit more minor with them. And then you got the addition of all the new guys. And then you've got all the new detachments, which are pretty cool, doing some fun stuff there. So, but I hope you guys have all enjoyed this. I certainly have. I have been Phil, the Glacial Geek, as always. My opponent's been Chris. And until next time, stay safe and have fun.